Well, Nader, thanks for joining me here on 160 Studios.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we were chatting before the cameras were rolling. I think we're saving the best for last. One of the last CEOs out of a Shifamed company to join us at Dragonfly.
Correct.
It's good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Enlil is a really interesting, unique platform in relative terms to what Shifamed notoriously is celebrated for. It's more of a software platform to our industry.
Correct. So as you know, Shifamed is what I call an innovation studio, right? We have 5 companies which are actually building cardio equipment. The latest one was Supera. As you know, they raised $120 million, so very successful. And we have 2 which is actually working on ophthalmology, right? Now, these companies have been looking for a software package to really help them all the way from requirements all the way to get it out the door, right? That's what they were trying to do. And Amr, which is our chairman, looked around and looked at the solution. Unfortunately, didn't find anything which basically meets their requirements, right? And the requirement is that you want to be able to innovate fast, but also make sure you adhere to all the regulations that FDA and others put in there, right? So they built this solution called Enlil, which basically what Enlil does, again, it's a development platform. It's an AI-powered development platform, which gives you visibility and takes you through the whole product lifecycle. That's how Enlil came about. And not only the Shifamed portfolio companies are using it, we are very excited now that we're offering this to the public as well. So other companies are coming to us for this product.
And this is just not recently, so to speak. You've got quite a few users as well, right?
Correct. We have over 650 active users. What was really interesting to me was that they are spending 30 to 40 hours a week using this system, catching and basically collecting every data which is touched for their equipment, right? And the reason for that is because when FDA wants to do audit, you have to be able to show them everything, and you have to do it really quick and really get rid of all the pen and paper and a lot of manual work that they were doing. So this is all in our system. It's cloud-based, easy to use. Multiple people can use it in different regions, and they have been very successful with it.
So that's an interesting metric that you're tracking, 30 to 40 hours per week, because that higher use rate is meaning that it's producing results.
That is correct, right? And it's it's really a must-have, and they cannot get the product out the door without having our system in place. And also, because our business is software as a service, this is also very important for us because recurring revenue is what we bring into the table here for Shifamed and the portfolio companies. Right?
When I think about SaaS or recurring revenue, I also think about investors when they want to look at a product potentially.
That's correct.
So are you out fundraising right now as well?
We are fundraising, yeah. So we're doing what I call Seed Plus. Again, the seed was originally put together by Amr and the group there, and now we are really using this to really take the market, the product to the market. So we have already hired a sales team in Eastern and Western US and some system engineers, and now we want to expand basically globally. That's really where we are raising the funds for. It's really the go-to-market expansion. You
had mentioned to me, and I want to go into your background a little bit as well to do so, but it's quite a team you've built there, and Amr has built there. These are industry vets who have come out of what great looks like.
Yeah, so that was amazing to me. When I look at the team that we have people with many years at Oracle, at SAP, at Parametric Technology, at Cadence, at Camstar, at Siemens. I mean, these are the gorillas in the market, and they have built solutions like this not once but twice. So we have that team. The other thing is that because we are globally, we cover the globe, we actually have team not only in the US, but also in India. We have a team in South America. We have a team in Philippines for QA and so on. So this allows us to do 24/7 support as well, because again, our customers are global as well. So very, very impressive team.
Yeah. So when I think about the Enlil platform, it was built in a startup environment, when we think about Shifamed and galvanized there, and obviously, let's just call it proven in that environment.
Yes.
What currently are solutions in the marketplace that Enlil comes in and provides an upgrade to that? Are multiple silos, multiple software platforms that may or may not interact with each other?
Sure. So let me talk about the Enlil portfolio basically. First of all, it starts with the requirements. What are the requirements? And then that's when engineers get involved, right? After that, you go to the bill of material, which is product lifecycle management, PLM. Then you have to do QMS, quality management system, which is your corrective action, preventive action. Then you go to your MES, which is your manufacturing, and eventually you ship the product, right? So today, if you look at the market, these are all different solutions. And a lot of our customers have tried to basically connect this together. And as you know, it's very difficult. The nice thing about our system, it all comes in a unified package, right? You can go from A to Z, basically all in one system. And that's really one of our biggest differentiation versus the, some of the competition. The other one that I'm very proud of is that we announced our first generation of product around AI called Lily. So Lily is an AI chatbot, so you can ask him questions, like go look at all my documents and attachment to the documents, and come back, tell me what are the things I need to worry about, right? Before this was all done manually, somebody sifting through paper, right? So we are basically leapfrogging the market by some of the AI technology that we're also introducing. And you're going to see more of that in the next 6 to 9 months.
Well, that's really interesting because you can then take that AI agent capability and put it across the entire single point of truth versus a lot of times you've got these silos. Correct. And it's highly unlikely that that type of AI agent will be able to transcend any of those.
That's right. So the fact that we're dealing with a private LLM, right? There's all this data, but really we have a private LLM, so this data doesn't get to ChatGPT or whatnot, right? And it belongs, of course, to the customers, and they can put information in there, the faults that they saw, and the system comes back and give them some recommendation about, hey, we have seen this before, and this is how you should address it. So those are examples of how AI could help. Plus the fact we're now trying to really digitize all these documents, customers. We announced an OCR, which is an object, character recognition. It says, hey, don't do pen and paper. Let us digest this data so it's easy to search, it's easy to archive, and that's being very well received as well.
That's a hard entropy point to overcome with healthcare. They're used to hardcore analog records, right? Unfortunately.
That's right.
Unfortunately. So as you look at the marketplace, it sounds like Enlil was built to solve a problem versus some other softwares are a solution looking for a problem.
Correct, correct. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm also an executive in resident at one of the accelerators in Silicon Valley. And I see many companies, they come in with a solution looking for a problem, right? And unfortunately, they don't succeed, right? Mm-hmm. It's a good idea to fall in love with a problem. And I think that's exactly what happened with the Shifamed. They really had a major problem. How do I do this? How do I get to how do I innovate fast, but also make sure I adhere to the regulation, right? And that's how they came up with Enlil, and that's how they built it. You're right. So this is really there was a clear problem that they built a solution around.
So if I'm a small startup, right, and right now is Enlil exclusively focusing on medical device?
Medical devices where our initial focus is, okay. Correct, yeah.
So I'm a startup company, I've got 5 people, I'm still waiting to get my QMS in, to make determination of my MRP system, and all that back end. Startups in medtech, as you know, are generally cost cautious.
Correct.
Right? Correct. Very, very, building that back end. And there's other silo solutions out there. Does this scale based upon modules used, or is it one system? How can I have this grow with me? Sure.
First of all, our users really fall into 2 categories. Number one is the OEMs, the brand owners, but also contract manufacturers. We have actually signed many different medical contract manufacturers who want to use the same system as well. Again, they want to have the single view of the truth, right? So the way the model works is there's basically 2 types. So you get the whole package, and there is basically what I call people who generating documents, right? So these are the authoring of documents. Very simple. We charge $150 a month for those people. Now, there's a bunch of people who review or approve those documents, and they charge roughly about $50 a month. So very easy to get in. I mean, we have startups as small as 5 people who are using our product, and we have bigger ones in multi-hundreds and so, right? So again, the system is very scalable. The other thing which is really important, working with all these medical companies, we have come up with a bunch of templates. So if you're a brand new medical company, here's a template that you can start with. You can put your requirement in there, you can change it, you can add it based on your requirement. And that really leapfrogs them, get them to innovate much faster than say, wow, gee, where do I start, right? So that's really the value we bring into the table.
So you're giving them a baseline template that could be used and bent in advance rather than starting from scratch. And maybe have to hire somebody to do that. Right?
Exactly.
So that's super helpful. So what's on the horizon, say, the next 6 to 12 months for Enlil?
So first of all, and that's one of the reasons I'm talking to you, we need to let the industry know we exist and what we are doing. And what's exciting to me is that people coming to us now, we're getting a lot of incoming requests from, hey, tell me more about this solution, how do I use it, and so on. So that's one piece. The second one is that, of course, we're in the process of commercializing this not only in the US, but overseas, but also some key partners. We now have some partners which are actually using this internally or recommending it to their customers and so on, right? So we have incubators, medical innovation hubs like Shifamet in other regions that they want to use this, and of course, contract manufacturers. So again, the focus is really twofold. Number one, we will continue adding new capabilities to the product, and as I mentioned, AI is going to play a big role there. But also go to market. I mean, we really feel like we have something unique here. It's different. It has a new user interface. It's very open. It's easy not only bring data in, but you can also tie it to other legacy systems like SAP, Oracle, whatever you have, right? So that's really the focus of the company, to take it to the next level.
Well, it's exciting, and I love to see a software-based platform come out of Shifamet in addition to all the other fabulous devices they have come out. So I really appreciate you joining me today in 160 Studios. I'm Joe Mullings from 160 Studios. Be well.